For more than a decade, Nigerians have asked the same question. If Boko Haram has been degraded, weakened, or technically defeated, why do they still carry sophisticated weapons, launch deadly attacks, and recruit fighters? The answer is simple, but disturbing. Boko Haram survives because war is expensive and they have money. Today, we expose how Boko Haram gets its funding, where the weapons come from, and why cutting these lifelines has proven so difficult. Kidnapping is one of Boko Haram's most reliable income sources. Civilians, farmers, traders, travelers, aid workers, and even students are abducted. Families are forced to sell land, livestock, or businesses to pay ransom. In some cases, local communities pool money together just to save one person. While governments often deny paying ransom, the reality is complex. Payments are sometimes made indirectly, negotiations are handled by middlemen. Cash changes hands quietly to avoid publicity. Each successful ransom funds weapons, logistics, food supplies, and recruitment. Some government officers have been accused of funding and benefiting in the fight of Boko Haram. Money meant for security is diverted to personal purses. This is not random crime, it is organized terror financing. In areas where Boko Haram or ISWAP exert influence, civilians are not free. They impose what they call taxes. Farmers pay to harvest crops, fishermen pay to access Lake Chad waters, traders pay to move goods through territories. Refusal often leads to punishment, destruction of property, or execution. This system turns everyday survival into a funding stream. Even poverty becomes a source of income for terror. Boko Haram operates in one of the most poorly policed border regions in Africa, where Nigeria, Niger, Chad, and Cameroon meet. Here, smuggling thrives: fuel, food items, livestock, drugs, arms, and illegal mining. Weapons move through the same routes used by traffickers for decades. Small arms are hidden among goods, moved at night, and exchanged for cash or supplies. The collapse of state authority in parts of the Sahel has made this cheaper and easier than ever. Many Boko Haram weapons did not start in Nigeria. After the fall of Libya, large stockpiles of arms flooded West and Central Africa. Assault rifles, rocket-propelled grenades, ammunition. These weapons were sold on black markets and transported south through criminal networks. In addition, some weapons are captured from Nigerian and regional forces during attacks. Others are purchased from corrupt actors within broader conflict zones. This explains why Boko Haram can replace weapons even after major military offensives. Boko Haram does not operate in isolation. They maintain relationships with transnational criminal groups, terrorist affiliates in the Sahel, extremist financiers who provide logistical or financial support. Money moves through informal systems that are hard to trace. Cash couriers, trade-based laundering. This makes enforcement extremely difficult, even with international attention. Recruits are not just fighters, they are cheap labor. Many join Boko Haram because their farms were destroyed, their families were displaced, they have no alternative livelihood. Boko Haram exploits desperation, offering food protection, small payments. This reduces operational costs and sustains manpower with minimal spending. Despite military operations, Boko Haram funding persists because poverty fuels compliance. Borders remain porous. Corruption weakens enforcement. Conflict economies adapt quickly. As long as communities are trapped between terrorists and survival, money will keep flowing. Boko Haram is not sustained by ideology alone. It is sustained by money, weapons, and weak systems. Until funding routes are disrupted, borders secured, corruption confronted, and communities economically empowered, military victories will remain temporary. The real war is not just on the battlefield, it is in banks, borders, villages, and forgotten communities. If this analysis opened your eyes, like the video. Share it so more Nigerians understand the hidden side of this war. Subscribe for deeper, honest discussions on security, Africa, and global power. Because understanding the enemy is the first step to defeating it.